हेलो।
बोलिए माइक पे।
हेलो 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 सर, गुड मॉर्निंग सर। अच्छा, आपने बंद कर दिया?
ये तो जानी
मैंने
पहचानी से लग रही है।
मैम प्लीज ये किसकी आवाज?
जो हम वहां से बोल
वो तो
हेलो 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 हेलो।
हेलो हेलो, am I audible? I have a query, can I raise it? Hello, am I audible? I have a query, can I raise it? Hello. Yes. So regarding the last session, I have a query that I am not still not able to understand what is quantum computing. Can anyone please tell me what is quantum computing? I still don't know what is quantum computing. Hello. Yes, yes. So we are here at the moot court. The location of the event is G12 moot court, Kanat Bhavan, something something. It's on the ground floor. We have pasted. मैं बोल रही हूँ constantly. मेरा साउंड वहां पे नहीं जा रहा है, रूम वाले का।
Good morning, everyone. Namaste. In just a while, we will embark on this exciting journey of the realm of quantum computing, cryptography, and its applications. Dear participants, please take your seats and let's prepare to be inspired. Thank you.
Then how is it that laws and something like that, that not much of it. There's a lot there. There are many discussions from legally the whatever things we want. If it become one problem, nobody can raise it. How the experiences will work. There's much issues for the this office started in the last year. And I know that it's to preparing them to Canada based and there is no initiative. Any new technology comes in simple and you get like to implement the law. So here also now there is a discussion. So we have a national conservation plan. Part of the you mentioned that in the DPA. How the changing technology and everything all the entire chain. But it's what it is. That's quite yeah. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to University of Delhi. Very first of all, I would like to invite our dignitaries on stage. Our chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey, Dean Academic, Professor K. Ratnavalli, Director GCC, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Event Coordinator, Dr. Rompal, will join us on stage. Professor Nilima Gupta, Head and Dean of Department of Neuroscience, Faculty of Mathematical Sciences. Please join us. Okay, everyone, please take your seats. Please take your seats. Dear all, let's ignite the spark of curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. Let's embark the journey together with an open mind, willingness to learn, and passion for quantum computing and cryptographic methods. Now, let's inaugurate this event with the lamp lighting ceremony, a traditional gesture to inaugurate the event. The ceremony symbolizes.
It's announced the university closing.
Sure.
Vishwadevara.
Dear all, we request you to stand up on your seats as we are about to play the university closing. Very university closing, please.
जयति जय जय लोक अनुपम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय लोक अनुपम निज कुटुंब की भावना संस्कृति सनातन आधुनिक शिक्षा पुरातन ज्ञान धाराओं का संगम निष्ठा वृत्ति सत्यम के मंगल की भावों का समागम जय 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 जयति जय जय जानता आलोक घन महाविद्यालयों के परिसरों से चिर सुशोभित श्रेष्ठ गुरुजन कर रहे नित्य छात्र और छात्राएं दीक्षक साधना संकल्प से वैश्विक चेतना संस्कारों का उद्गम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान लोक अनुपम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान लोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम
Please take your seats. Let's inaugurate the event with the lamp lighting ceremony, a digital gesture to start an event. This ceremony symbolizes the creation of knowledge, innovation, collaboration, which will be the hallmark of this program. Dear all, please join me in welcoming our esteemed dignitaries on stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Please.
या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृति सरस्वती भगवती निष्ठेष जाया विचार सार परमा आद्यं जगद्व्यापिनी वीणास्तपाणि अभयदा दाड्यान्धकारा महा शारदा
Thank you very much, and may this light of wisdom guide us throughout this program and our lives. Now, I make a request to our esteemed dignitaries to please join us on stage. We have our chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey from MET. Our guest of honor for the day, Professor P. Ratnabali, Dean Academic Dean. We have Professor Nilima Gupta, Head MD, Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi, and Dr. Omkar, Event Coordinator from Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi. Please. Welcome them with a huge round of applause, please. Cybersecurity is not a battle, it's a race. And quantum computing and post-quantum cryptography is already at the finish line. As we embark on this exciting journey, I'm thrilled to say the future is here, and it's quantum. Namaste, and please accept my warm greetings, one and all. I'm Pradeep Singh, your host for this momentous occasion, which is a 6-day faculty development program on quantum computing and post-quantum cryptography, organized by Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi, in collaboration with National Institute of Technology, Patna, and Delhi University Computer Center. Welcome everyone to this vibrant gathering of now. We have an eclectic mix of academia, industry experts, and enthusiasts, all united by a shared passion for quantum computing, cryptography, and its applications. As we begin this 6-day odyssey, we will delve deep into the intricacies of quantum computing, explore its possibilities, and discuss the challenges of post-quantum cryptography. We will navigate the complex landscape of quantum algorithms, quantum machine learning, and quantum resilient cryptographic techniques. Our esteemed speakers and experts from various reputed organizations will share their insights and experiences, providing a comprehensive understanding of quantum computing and cryptographic ecosystem. But before we dive deep into the nitty-gritty, let's take a moment to acknowledge the esteemed dignitaries who have joined us today. We are honored to have your presence, and we really thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much for being here. I would also like to have this opportunity to thank our sponsors, NIT Patna and MET, for their generous support throughout and making this event possible. Thank you very much. A new chapter unfolds and a new story begins. Let's welcome the words of our esteemed coordinator, Dr. Omkar, who is an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science at the University of Delhi. With over 20 years of academic and research experience, he holds a BE degree in computer science, an MBA from IGNOU, an MS Research in Cryptography from IIT Bombay, and a PhD in Cybersecurity from Jamia Millia Islamia. He has previously served as a scientist at NITI, contributing to projects in cryptography, cybersecurity, blockchain, and quantum computing, and as a senior technical officer at CDEC. With numerous research publications and 2 Indian patents and books on blockchain and cybersecurity, Dr. Pal's expertise spans cryptography, post-quantum cryptography, cyber law, artificial intelligence for cybersecurity, and high-performance computing. With this, he is also a certified ethical hacker and AICTE and CDEC certified master trainer. With gratitude and respect, we invite our event coordinator, Dr. Omkar, to share his welcome remarks and set the tone for this momentous occasion. Dr. Pal, with a round of applause, please.
Good morning and a warm welcome to Faculty Development Program on Quantum Computing and Post-Quantum Cryptography. I, Dr. Ompal, being coordinator of this program, am honored to stand before you today representing the Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi. It's a pleasure to see distinguished guests, participants, and organizers gathered here today. I would like to extend a special welcome to our chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey, Scientist G, and Group Coordinator, Capacity Building and Skill Development, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. and our guest of honor, Professor K. Ratnavali, Dean Academic, University of Delhi. Your presence graces this occasion and we are deeply grateful. I would also like to welcome Professor Sanjeev Singh, sir, is on the way. And, I would also like to welcome Professor Nilma Gupta, Dean, Faculty of Mathematical Science and Department of Computer Science, and a representative from NIT Patna who has joined us online. Your support and collaboration have made this event possible. I would also like to welcome our FDP online and offline participants. When we planned this FDP, our target was 60 participants only. But we have an overwhelming response to this FDP with 130 registrations from academia and industry. Out of these, 73 participants have joined us offline, while 57 are participating online. Out of these, 45 are PG students, 31 PhD scholars, 34 faculties, and 20 are from industry. This enthusiasm is a testament to the growing interest in quantum computing and post-quantum cryptography. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Yogi Singh, and our Registrar, Sir, Dr. Vikas Gupta, for their unwavering support in making this event a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pal, for your warm welcoming words. अब मेरा परम कर्तव्य बनता है और मैं खुद को परम सौभाग्यशाली समझता हूं कि मंचासीन सभी महान व्यक्तित्वों से का परिचय आप सभी से साझा करूं. We are honored to welcome you all with pride and may your legacy continue far and wide. As we express our gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries, we are delighted to felicitate them. As we express our gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries, we are delighted to felicitate them. First of all, we have with us the chief guest of the day, Ms. Tulika Pandey, Scientist G, MIT, Government of India. Very welcome, ma'am. I would like to request Professor Nilima Gupta, Head and Dean, Department of Computer Science, to please felicitate us to express a warm welcome and a kind greetings. Thank you very much, Madam Pandey and Madam Gupta. We are honored to have with us the guest of honor of the day, Professor K. Ratnavali, Dean Academic, University of Delhi. We request Senior Professor at Department of Computer Science, Professor Vasudha Bhatnagar, to please join us on stage to felicitate our guest of honor, to express our warm greetings. Thank you very much, Professor Ratnavali and Vasudha ma'am. We are delighted to have with us the Head and Dean of Computer Science Department at Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, Professor Nilima Gupta. Very welcome, ma'am. We would like to request Ms. Seema Sarpal, Event Co-Coordinator and IT Admin DOCC, to please join us on stage to felicitate Professor Gupta with a round of applause, please. Thank you, Professor Gupta, and thank you, Seema ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to introduce Dr. Ompal, Event Coordinator. Welcome, sir, and let us invite on stage Event Co-Coordinator and Assistant Professor, University of Delhi, Department of Computer Science, Dr. Kuldeep Singh, please, to felicitate Dr. Pal. Thank you, Dr. Pal. Thank you, Dr. Singh. हर नजर एक सपना है, हर सपना एक नई दुनिया है, और आज का ये मंच उन्हीं सब सपनों को पंख देने का एक माध्यम बना है। क्वांटम और क्रिप्टोग्राफी की इस दुनिया में हम नई संभावनाओं का स्वागत करने के लिए तैयार हैं। It's time to hear the words of wisdom from our esteemed dignitaries who are gracing this event with their presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Professor Nilima Gupta, who is Head and Dean at the Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi, Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, where she has been a professor since December 2006. She holds a PhD in computer science, an MTech in computer applications, and MSc in mathematics from Hindu College, University of Delhi. Her primary research interest lies in theoretical computer science with prior work in bioinformatics and ad hoc networks. She has published extensively in high-impact journals and renowned international conferences. Professor Gupta has supervised 7 PhD scholars and 4 are currently pursuing their doctorates under her guidance and has overseen more than 30 master's projects. Before her academic career, she briefly worked with HCL Technologies as well. We warmly welcome you, ma'am, and please share your kind words with us with a round of applause, please.
Morning, everyone. Chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey. Guest of honor, Professor Ratnavali. And Professor Sanjeev Singh in absentia. Coordinator NIT Patna, Dr. Vikas Chandra Sahana online. And other esteemed guests, very much welcome to the 6-day workshop of Faculty Development Program on Quantum Computing and Post-Quantum Cryptography, organized by the Department of Computer Science, University of Delhi, in collaboration with NIT Patna and Delhi University Computer Center. Quantum computing is in its nascent stage, where artificial intelligence was 30 years ago, if not 50, maybe some development has been done in quantum computing, but still it is in nascent stage. Artificial intelligence is our present, but quantum computing is future. So what's the power of artificial intelligence? Power of artificial intelligence is our high computing power. With the help of supercomputers developed several decades ago. That's the artificial intelligence we are seeing today. But what is the limitation of artificial intelligence? Again, our computing powers. Huge amount of data. Artificial intelligence backbone is data, information crunching, data crunching. But still, a huge amount of data is being collected and it is there with us, which the classical computers are not able to handle. And they take years to mine those data, to extract information, to put it to any good use. Quantum computers, they promise the future. They promise fast computing powers to support the artificial intelligence tools for future. So that's our future. Okay. So now what is there? With every new technology comes its challenges. What are the challenges that we are facing with artificial intelligence? All of you must be already facing those challenges. challenges with artificial intelligence, with the services that AI is providing to us. Privacy. Privacy is one of the major challenges. Security, another major challenge. And that's going to come with the quantum computers as well. Realizing the need of these future needs, as we know that our Indian talent, IT talent is world recognized. Our Indians have contributed so much to bring artificial intelligence to its current form. It's time to train our future generation for quantum computing and to also prepare them for meeting the challenges that the quantum computers are going to bring with it. So here we are with a workshop, with a development program, faculty development program. To prepare our next generation, we need to prepare our faculty. The Department of Computer Science offers many courses in this area to equip the students with the knowledge and skill in these areas. The master's program and as well as the PhD programs. So we need to develop that faculty also to impart that knowledge to our students, to our future generation. So I welcome you all once again and wish you a very productive and enriching experience with the next 6 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Gupta, for your warm words. As wisdom's waters flow and the words of knowledge grow, let us listen and learn from the sages as they speak and show. Today, we are honored to have with us our guest of honor, Professor K. Ratnavali, an esteemed academician and professor at Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, with nearly 2 decades of experience. Professor Ratnavali's expertise lies in human rights, with a special focus on marginalized and tribal communities, bridging a unique interdisciplinary approach that bridges the law, anthropology, and sociology. She has contributed extensively to legal academia through her impactful research, noteworthy publications, guiding LLM dissertations, and dedication to shaping future of the legal minds. Beyond academia, Professor Ratnavali is a founder member and joint secretary of Nature, an NGO committed to uplifting slum children through education. With her holistic approach to human rights and a passion for social change, Professor Ratnavali continues to inspire through her impactful work in both legal and social spheres. We warmly welcome Professor Ratnavali to share her valuable insights with us today. Let's welcome her with a round of applause, please.
Namaskar, respected Srimati Tulika Pandey, Scientist GN Group Coordinator at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. Professor Nilima Gupta, the Head Department of Computer Science. Professor Om Pal Ji, who is the coordinator or convener of this capacity building program. Professor Naveen, Senior Professors of Department of Computer Science, Professor Anirban Pathak, JIIT Noida, other resource persons, Srimati Siva, Delusi Nitin, and other faculty members from different universities, and coordinator I missed out, Professor Vikas Chandran, who is from NIT Patna. I hope he has joined online and is able to hear us. Other participants from the academia and industry. Very good morning. We all know that we have new education policy in 2020, and all of us are in the process of implementing that policy with an aim to transform education in India, right from preschool to PhD level. It is important that teachers play an important role in this transformation, because without their hard work, dedication, commitment for this transformation, it is not possible. Therefore, I think having a faculty development program in an area which is very, upcoming and which is going to play an important role in future is very vital And I'm very happy to see that the computer science department, along with METI, in collaboration, has decided to do this capacity building for all the teachers and industry personnel as well as our research scholars, because it is the need of the time, I would say. Previously, when we talk about, as I'm talking about myself because I'm not from computer science, so I'm not well aware about what is the development in quantum computing. However, one could see movies like Ant-Man 2, where you are talking about you're going to the quantum and then coming back. So one can see that, matter and energy being transported from one universe to the other universe. So it's quite fascinating, but at the same time, with power comes a responsibility, the responsible use of that power so that we do not violate I would say, the principles that underlie our human conduct as well as the existence and sustainability of humanity as a civilization. Because many a times we don't know, we may be deep into research, but we may not know what is the outcome of that research that we are going to. Because not every scientific discovery can be said to be for the advantage, because there are always pros and cons of everything. And keeping in mind that aspect, we need to minimize the cons and work upon or maximize the pros. But in order to do that, we need to understand very carefully what are the dangers that lie ahead so that we are well aware of it and we do not step into those zones where we will be facing trouble or putting the humanity at a crisis. It's good that we have artificial intelligence. Our head of department has already talked about how fast it is, improving its implications and impact in our society in different fields. But we also know that whatever we are creating is also able to make those networks which you have not created. There might be a time in future, as I speak here, maybe I don't know how many years it will take, that the things that we create will be able to overpass or surpass us and our ability and our thinking, our analytical skills. There might even be a time, what we see in the sci-fi movies may be a reality. They are able to subordinate us because we have our limitations. All of us, we know the younger generations are not, I don't know how many of them are using their gray matter and the neural connections, how many are born. Because we are so much used to looking at this, I don't know how many, 2 inch by 2 and 3 inch by whatever rectangular thing that you have on your hand. We are so much stuck to it. As I can see, there might be, I'm sure many of you are holding it in your hands. So if we are so much engrossed into that device, because the moment we say, okay, you want to remember something, you are not just able to recall, you just Google it, isn't it? How many of you do that? I think that has become part of our routine. So we do not let our brains exercise our neurons to find those connections and then tell us, oh, this means X means this. So that means we are making our brain redundant in time, isn't it? As we grow, and we rely more and more on these devices and the AI. So I think while doing quantum computing, we also should be aware about how, as humans, we should be developing so that our creations do not become our masters in life, later on in our future. I'm also happy to share with you that we are developing courses for law students, 5-year law students. We recently introduced this program, 5-year BA, LLB, and BBA, LLB program in 2023. And there is a provision for making honors That is, you are specializing in a particular area where you study 8 papers, in 5 years, starting from, I think it is indeed starts from the third year to the fifth year. And we are planning to develop one particular vertical or specialization in science and technology. And I'm very thankful to Professor Anirban Pathak, who kind of flags me the legal, vacuum that lies in cyber law, and how, with the coming of these, quantum computing and particular, and again, cryptography, where you're trying to kind of uh, create algorithm that is going to not allow, the data that is derived through whatever quantum computing, and how that is going to kind of be a hurdle in the surveillance that government and, different other organizations or entities who are working on national security will be able to access those data. If data becomes inaccessible, you become an entity who is not traceable, or who is not being surveilled, so is under surveillance. So whatever you do may not be noticeable to the sphere, because what you do through software, the digital, it's not, if you don't have a footprint, then it becomes very difficult, isn't it? So therefore, as I think Professor Ompal had talked about how important it is when we talk about maintaining a security, isn't it? So I think there are lots of things which are coming up, but keeping in mind the fact that we have very many experts from the academia and industry who are going to come and deliberate wide range of issues as per the schedule that I can see from the schedule provided to me. I'm sure it's going to be an enlightening session. And I would like to connect with any one of you who would like to, deliberate on the legal provision that we should work upon in order to bridge that vacuum that lies. And because it will be very essential that law at least is just one step behind the technology, if not walking side by side. So with this hope that the coming, few days of interaction and sessions and deliberations is going to bring out very enriching ideas, at the same time, ways to, deal with these challenges, or at least, if not deal with the challenges, flag those challenges so that we are able to work on in those areas, and, gap or bridge the voidness or the gap that exists between now and what is demanded in future. So with these few words, I would like to once again thank the organizers for inviting me to be part of this very important, also significant program, and all the best for a successful FTP. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ratnabali, for insightful words. These are two lines which goes like, ज्ञान के प्रकाश से अज्ञानता को दूर कर, चरित्र का निर्माण कर, योग्यता को पूर्ण कर, भूत को पढ़कर वर्तमान में सुधार कर, भविष्य का निर्माण कर, भविष्य का निर्माण कर। कहते हैं कि मार्गदर्शन यदि सही हो तो दिए की रोशनी भी सूरज का काम करती है। अब समय है आज के मुख्य अतिथि के मार्गदर्शन पाकर उनके अनुभव से सीखने का। Ladies and gentlemen, for this event today, we are honored to have our chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey, who is a prominent scientist chief and group coordinator at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, where she has made significant contributions and advancements to the technology and governance. An electronics and communication engineer with 33 years of professional experience, her current focus is on research and development in cybersecurity. An architect of the Internet Governance Initiative in India with guidelines for the National Internet Exchange of India, Domain Name Registry, and Dispute Resolution Policy, and also the allocation of internationalized domain names for country top level in India's groups. She has research papers in the area of Internet technology, including network server, communications, and IoT, among others. She is a member of several technical advisory boards and committees and technical associations as well. She is recognized as one of the top 20 influential cyber bodies of the country. With an academic background in electronics and communication, she specializes in developing and implementing innovative solutions to enhance digital infrastructure. She has traversed through the path of microelectronics development, e-learning technology development for Indian languages, digital libraries, infrastructure, internet governance and convergence, and communication and broadband technologies. She has leading research and development in cybersecurity before taking over her current assignment. Madam Pandey is recognized for her leadership in various national projects, promoting collaboration between government, academia, and industry. Her commitment to fostering technological advancement and digital literacy has made her a key figure in shaping India's digital future, making a considerable impact on country's tech landscape. We are really delighted to have you with us today, ma'am. Dear all, please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Ms. Tulika Pandey, to share a kind words of wisdom and a round of applause, please. We are really waiting for her.
नमस्कार। हमारे संस्कार में शब्द है ओम, है ना? जब हम ओम कहते हैं तो हमारा जो ये शरीर है ये यूनिवर्स से जुड़ता है, ये हम सबको पता है ना? हाँ या ना? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So basically, when we are discussing, and before I get into it, I would like to say a few kind words for our speakers here. Dr. Nilima very rightfully addressing the issue of, AI we are already handling or bearing the consequences of misuse of AI or rather misuse of data and use of AI to cause harm. So technology is not to be blamed for this. Artificial intelligence is actually artificial intelligence. So it is human intelligence that is being given to a machine to perform human-like, apply the intelligence, human-like to data and then, cause the impacts that it does. Now it is totally upon us, and rightfully so. We should be able to define those controls such that a lot of these controls that we are handing over for decision making to artificial intelligence, we should know where the controls should land. We should be able to create those, what should I say, the contours of what AI cannot do. So the government of India and many scientists and researchers, our focus has shifted, and rightfully so, madam, to looking at what artificial intelligence cannot do and will have to remain as the controls in the hands of the human decision making. So the compassion that we see in humans needs to gradually translate to the machines. So the artificial intelligence, the new research that is going on, and we have been listening to a lot of discussions on ethical AI, right? So responsible AI. India, when we launched, when we were doing the GPEC here in India, we said we will try to focus the attention to research to application of artificial intelligence in a responsible manner and bring out the ethics that we will have to define when we are applying or making use of artificial intelligence. Right? So that is one. And rightfully so, she said, quantum would bring another set of problems for us because now the compute, which allowed us to retain data or even large chunks of data to not really transform into something usable, will become a problem. Now, what is really quantum? Quantum is actually science again of the universe. Like I said, Ohm can be equated to Ohm's law. Similarly, when we talk about quantum, this entire universe is actually quantum science. And you should really understand that we have progressed in technology to gradually get closer to the entire universe understanding, and more than understanding, actually putting it down into some forms of use that can be deployed in our lives. So that is quantum. So now when we talk about what really to do with quantum, what are the capabilities, we all know. But how do we bring in the right controls is a new initiative that we will have to take up. Then I come to Professor Ratnavali, and very rightfully she said the laws or the legislations would always follow, will always take a step behind the technology. Why she said so is because world over you will see that when a technology comes in, its application, its the new innovations, its entrepreneurial applications and others would all would all follow. What was wrong and why do we then need laws and legislations is because we foresee that a tool is not to be blamed, but the use of the tool for causing harm is the issue for which we need legislations, laws, and implementations, right? So we will see, we already have the IT Act, we're already getting the Cybersecurity Act, we are getting the Digital DPDP Act, where we're talking about ensuring that our data remains personal and its misuse is controlled. So the DPDPA Act has provisions for making us the owners of our data. It ensures, it gives us the powers. What we need to now do as technologists and researchers is to translate or to create the tools, those technologies which will allow us to, completely at the ground level implement what the DPDPA has provisioned. So that is the work which I expect that all of you sitting across and sitting on the days will address when we take up new research activities or when we talk about creating content to making our students understand the impact or the ethics of that technology's use and how we should control the misuse of it. I would also like to uh, welcome Professor Singh, Sanjeev Singh in absentia, our coordinator from NIT Patna. I haven't heard you all, so I will not know your thought processes. But what is really important is that when we sit together, it is not going to be to listen to what we have to say. It has to be a two-way exchange. Now, we are here to understand quantum computing and post-quantum cryptography. I have a few things that I have brought here which I would like to now share with you all so that you all can apply it or even give inputs to METI, the government of India, for including any more things that we have forgotten, we have missed, or the things that you feel needs he's already addressed and we needn't go deeper into investing more funds or research funds or grants in those areas. The METI does give grants for research, and I would invite most of you to explore those possibilities for taking up research with their students. So what really is quantum here? And then when I say quantum, what is quantum information science? It is a convergence of two foundational fields. One is the quantum mechanics and the other is the information theory. So these are the two things that we are actually looking into when we're talking about quantum science, quantum technology. We are really needing to look at this new field, which is transforming new capabilities in computing. So quantum computing is about quantum control, or what you will hear in common is about drug discovery. So quantum compute is a lot about that, and also you will look at breaking encryption, which is the worry point. The first achievement that I'll be relating now is about the government of US, I mean the US and China actually being able to break in encryption. Now, if they break encryption, what are the loss? Most of the defense data is encrypted, and quantum will allow the breaking of those encryptions much easier. So we will really have to look at that. The second issue is about the quantum sensing or the metrology. What does it mean? It means that we will have to use quantum mechanics for very precise sensing, which will allow us to take up very good activities of. You already see that our predictions for the our weather and others have come up very precise. We are actually now able to rely on the predictions that we hear, right? So now the question is the QoS technologies currently we may not say nascent, but yes, it's in early stages. But this is a critical time to develop the fundamental scientific knowledge, infrastructure, and workforce which is needed for the creation of new applications and use cases for QIS technologies. We need to grow a marketplace and foster an ecosystem for basic applied and translation research in quantum. Right? So the intention of the government is to see that we are not just using quantum, but creating the right end use cases for use of quantum. Whoever develops quantum computing first will have military advantages in cryptology, I just referred to that, communication and information processing, and a symbolic victory in the tech field, all global powers agree, is not is of much of a strategic significance. So let me talk to you about what the US is doing. The United States is making substantial sustained investments in QoS R&D to explore a range of applications and nurture a culture of discovery. So the quantum is about discovery. It is a research where we're talking about discovering things. When we say discovery, it is about finding those compute facilities that are existing, but we have not put our minds to because we now have the powers of using it, right? They are spending more than $2.6 billion in quantum initiatives since 2018. And they already have an act, and they have released the National Strategic Overview and Quantum Information Science in 2022. So this is how the US is working in this area of quantum. They have more than 2,000 R&D grants that has been given by them, and there are more than 1,000 scientists and engineers from over 250 institutions in 47 states across the country, working on cross-cutting QoS topics, such as the fundamental science and engineering challenges, increasing the workforce capacity, engaging with industry, investing in infrastructure, maintaining economic and national security. So why am I saying all this is when we sitting here are discussing quantum technology, we will have to understand where we as academia and research community can actually work in for putting India in the quantum map, right? IBM has rolled out quantum computing data centers, and these data centers are now 133 qubits, the chips that are being used, and they have more than 1,000 qubit computers that is, in that as early as last year. And this is in comparison to China's 72 qubit computer that China had announced in 2024. Now, let's also talk about what China really is doing. So, China boasts the world's largest quantum communications network and of a length of 12,000 kilometers, which includes 2 satellites. So when we're looking at quantum, we are looking at the 3 aspects. Sensing is one, where talked about metrology. Communications or networking is one, where China has taken a lead. And the quantum compute is where USA has taken a lead. Now we in India are looking at both the aspects, and our focus is towards building devices at the end, right? So the Chinese already have broken the encryption standards, the AES encryption standards, using some devices created by the Canadian company D-Wave. So if you look at how the world in quantum is now going towards, it's about breaking encryption. And you all have heard that lots of countries are collecting the data that is available and they're storing it to then apply quantum to break all the encryptions. That means the power of quantum is still not available to us. And in a few years, in a couple of years, we'll see that the quantum compute will allow us to break encryptions. So we really need to catch up fast, right? So the government of India in 2023 launched a national quantum mission. You're all aware of the NQM, and it has 4 thematic hubs called the T hubs, right?
So one, we have the quantum compute. This is being led by the Indian Institute of Science. The reason why I'm sharing this information with you all is, depending on the area that you choose to work in, you may like to know whom to connect with and to see what could be the specific research or entrepreneurial activity that you would be able to undertake in that. So for the computing, the Indian Institute of Science is leading that hub. Then for the communications, it is the IIT Madras, which is leading the hub of communication networking. And sensing and metrology is being led by IIT Bombay. Materials and devices is where India is trying to focus, and this is currently led by IIT Delhi. Right? So we have more than 6,000 crores allocated for the National Quantum Mission. And we are really hoping that by 2031, India will have placed its, what we say, products in the global market. Now, it's not just that the government only is working in the area of quantum. The private sector is also playing an important role. Companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Mindtree, are partnering with academic institutions and international players to drive innovation. Now, this is where I would want all of you to approach industry to become your partners, to give you their industry chairs, such that you're able to work in tandem with industry, such that your research or your work actually translates into something usable and your efforts really become more effective than just remaining a lab exercise or a learning exercise limited to your college or your university. So what's really important is you do build up a relationship with the industry, right? There are also some entrepreneurial innovations, and we have startups like Boson Q, Psi, Qlu Labs, QP AI, Block Quantum, and so many other such startups. And these are bringing out usable products in communication, telecom, is also bringing out usable products for data analytics. And therefore, what I really feel is you do need to engage with industries and startups to really make your learning or teaching, the pedagogy, very exciting for our students and universities to gain from. Right? Of course, there's a lot of data I can put in. There's one very interesting work that came to my notice. It is Ujjwal Sen's research. He co-authored a paper on masking quantum information. And he said it is nearly impossible. And it has now really triggered a lot of research towards taking up that as an exercise. Right? So the emphasis here that I'm trying to make is no sector can alone come to success if you do not partner with each other. So today the government is very clear. We are partnering with academia, and this is one initiative where we're talking about the faculty development in this area. Why are we doing this? Is because we want your focus to do research or to even bring out your curriculums and courses to align with the government's focus of how we want to really bring a name in the area of quantum. So what's important is that we look at upskilling of faculty. So what are we covering within these FDP programs is, one is of course providing faculty with advanced knowledge and hands-on experience in quantum computing, quantum communication, and quantum sensing, right? And last but not the least, our focus in India is looking at materials. So what's really important is when the sensors come for 0.2 cents, we are all buying, we are all importing, but very soon we'll see an embargo, and suddenly those sensors that we felt was easily available may become a challenge for us. So when you listen to the issues of some of these aspects, what is important is that we in India focus on the core technologies and the core materials that will be required, that will be the demand in the near future. And this near future is not even 5 years away. It may spring upon us in a very short time. So what is really important is when you are working, and if you are from that background, I really implore that you do look at a lot of research and materials. Very soon, this entire hall will transform into a room, uh, you know, um, sharing a lot of data of this room to a third world, to another place where we don't even know. So the walls will be of the membranes. These membranes will collect data and will transmit this data. Your chairs will all be IoT. The Internet of Things or Internet of Everything allows your chairs to store your information, your weight, your postures, and therefore the kind of illness that you may be leading to. All of this data may not seem useful to us today, but believe me, that data is being collected and that data becomes very useful. Most of us are wearing these smartwatches, but we know that these smartwatches are collecting all our medical data and other information that we store, and it is not with us because this is not an Indian watch that we are wearing. The data is being collected outside, and they are spending billions, millions, trillions to store the data now because they know in a very short time when they get the quantum, the compute part, they will be able to make sense of the data that they're collecting today. So this is the world for us today. Everybody has to be looked as untrustworthy. We are not used to that. We are used to sharing our personal information at the drop of a hat to anybody who seeks it, right? We need to learn at least our behavior on the cyberspace. Because whatever you're sharing there, the artificial intelligence and the quantum is going to completely, break it into its different aspects and be utilized for good purposes if you seek it, but for several other purposes that we do not want to happen. There's a lot of warning that the government of India continues to, release for how we should be having the right behavior. Now, the target audience that we are looking at, all the faculty students from science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But that does not mean that the students and faculty from other, streams will not be able to contribute. We've just heard Dr. Ratnagoli who's clear that she will work towards looking at the possible legal provisions and ethics for use of quantum as well as AI. So therefore, if you come from any other stream, including the bioinformatics and others, you would be able to contribute in the area of quantum. So none of you should think that I will not be a part of this research or a part of quantum. Each one of us will actually be contributing greatly. I have a list of the core components of the of this FDP. And there are about 5 modules that I mentioned. I'll just mention the heading and not talk about the details. So one, of course, is the introduction to quantum technologies, where we're talking about quantum mechanics, its different states, superposition, entanglement, interference, and so many other things. Then applications of quantum computing, quantum algorithms. Then in the second module, I did mention quantum computing fundamentals, where we talk about qubits and quantum gates. We talk about quantum circuits. I'm not going into detail, but I can leave this document here for a reference. Quantum error correction, quantum hardware. And in the third module, we talk about advanced quantum topics. So we already are seeing a lot of products called the quantum key distribution, which is already available and in your phones from the telecom side. So the QKD is already in the market. The metrology or the quantum sensing is already being used for in the healthcare and the aerospace. And the materials and devices is where we're wanting a lot of you to work in topological insulators and other quantum materials. The fourth is, of course, the pedagogy, which is very important, which is what I had referred to when I started, that it is you who will tell us how to really create the right curricula to get our students excited to pick up the area of quantum technology. The courses, again, will have to be developed by most of you experts here who will understand the impact of how the quantum could be reached to your students, to learners, and also to work with startups in industry. And like I already have been harping on, you do need to partner with A industries, B startups, and C organizations who are already using quantum. So you can, of course, love to work with ISRO, METI, and many DOT, and of course the Department of Science and Technology, where you will not only get grants from the government for research, but you may be getting something very useful to develop, and you will be a part of that, national launch of that tool or that product or that service in the area of quantum. So what is really important is that you really take this as you being a very core partner of this initiative. What is also important is that we talk about hands-on coding and simulation. Now, I really need to get a hang of what really exists in this university and quite a few other, academia where the gaps will have to be again funded by METI and DOT and of course DST. You will have to create your proposals in such a way that those gaps are getting addressed under the projects that we fund from METI. In the end, I wish this FDP all success and not only to equip faculty with technical and pedagogical skills to teach and also to research, but also to catalyze India's efforts to become a global leader in this transformative field. I really feel that if we do not partner with academia, R&D institutions, research institutions, industry and startups, we will not be able to achieve our dream of becoming a quantum technology leader by the year 2031. Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you, Madam Pandey, for your insightful words. I'm sure these words will be remembered and serve as an inspiration for all of us. जहाँ क्यूबिट की गति अपरिमित होती है, वहाँ गणित और तर्कशास्त्र की परिधि विस्तृत होती है। पोस्ट क्वांटम क्रिप्टोग्राफी हमें सिखाती है, प्रत्येक चुनौती से हमें संरक्षित करती है। As Benjamin Franklin stated, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. As we have come to the end of this inaugural session, let this inaugural session mark the beginning of an investment that will lead to the innovations and breakthroughs in the realm of quantum technologies and cryptography. Thank you for joining us in this vibrant gathering, everyone. Here we announce the end of this inaugural session, and we kindly invite our guests and participants to join us for a group photo session outside of this hall. You are also requested to join us for the refreshments right after the photo session. We will be gathering back for the first session of the day after 15 minutes. Thank you so much.
चल रहे हैं